Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to solve quadratic equations. Now, step 1. Write up. So we see a quadratic equation like x 3x plus x squared plus 2. Always write it in the order of x squared plus something x squared, something x, plus a number equals 0. So this one will become x squared plus 3x plus 2 equals 0. Easy enough. Step 2. Factorising. Now that we've got this equation, we can get 3 numbers from it. Here, the x squared is multiplied by 1 x squared. Here, the x is multiplied by 3x. Here, the number is 2. So we got the 1, 3, and 2. This number 1 has an x squared multiplied to it, and this 3 has an x, and this 2 has nothing multiplied to it. Now we need to find 2 numbers which multiplied together gives 1 times 2, and added together gives 3. Now we can see that the 1 is this one, and then the 2 comes from here, and the 3 comes from here. Now comes the difficult part. How can we find the 2 numbers? 1 times 2 is 2. 3 is just 3. Now, what 2 numbers multiplied gives 2? 1 and 2. Do they add up to give 3? Yes. So our factorized numbers are 1 and 2. So we can write x plus 1 and x plus 2 equals 0. And that is factorizing done. Always check by expanding the bracket. X times x, x squared. X times 2 plus 2x. 1 times x plus x. 1 times 2 plus 2 equals 0. Now, x squared plus 3x plus 2 equals 0, which is exactly the same as what we started for. Now, step 3, solving. Now that we've got our equation factorized, we can write it here, x plus 1, x plus 2 equals 0. Now, remember each bracket equals to 0. So now we can expand this into x plus 1 bracket equals 0 and x plus 2 bracket equals 0. We can then solve these 2 equations. Here, x plus 1 equals 0. So x must be minus 1. Here, x plus 2 equals 0. X must be minus 2. So this is x1 and this is x2. We have 2 solutions of x, minus 1 and minus 2. And number 4, check to make sure that you've got this question correct. We get this equation, x to the power of 2 plus 3x plus 2 equals 0. And we substitute in our values of x. So let's say x1 equals minus 1. Minus 1 squared plus 3 times minus 1 plus 2 equals minus 1 times minus 1 is 1. 3 times minus 1 is minus 3 plus 2, which is 0. That satisfies our equation. And again, let's say x2 equals minus 2. So x squared, that is minus 2 squared, x times 3, that is 3 times minus 2, plus here, plus 2 equals minus 2 times minus 2 is 4, 3 times minus 2 is minus 6, plus 2 is just plus 2, and that is 0, which again satisfies our quadratic equation. And now we can say that we've done this correctly. And finally, some complications. What if we had 2x squared plus 5x plus 2? We have a 2 here. So our first number is 2. Our second number is 5. Our third number is 2. So we have to find a number which gives 2 times 2 equals 4 when multiplied, and 5 when added. Just to color code this 2 comes from here, this 2 comes from here, and this 5 comes from here. Now 4 can be made up of 1 times 4, and 1 plus 4 equals 5. So these are numbers. Let's just check on the other possibilities. 2 times 2, oh, it's also 4. But then 2 times 2 is still 4, which is not 5. Then we can be sure that our numbers of factorizing are 1 and 4. Now we can write 2x, be careful, 2x plus 1 bracket times 2x plus 4 close bracket. And now, important, all divided by 2. This 2 comes from here, this 2 also, and this 2 as well. And this is equals 0, as well, I forgot to write it. Now, how do we solve this? 2x plus 1 and 2x plus 4 over 2. We can write it as this: 2x plus 1 times x plus 2 times 2. Why? Because 2x plus 4 equals x plus 2 times 2. So we can write this into this. The divide by 2 gets carried forward, and we get this equation, which is equal to 0. Now we can see that the 2's can cancel, right? So we're left with 2x plus 1, x plus 2 equals 0. Now brackets equals 0, so 2x plus 1 bracket equals 0, then 2x equals minus 1, x equals minus 1/2. Right, now x plus 2 equals 0, the x must be minus 2. Now we've solved for our axis. x1 minus 1/2, x2 minus 2. And that is the end. Thank you for watching.